Hey Fragrance Junkie gang, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new, welcome. As most of you may know by now, Kringle has launched their first round of Halloween candles. I decided to partake in the launch because I decided that I didn't want cutesy fruity Halloween scents this year. I wanted hardcore Halloween fragrances with spooky labels. So I placed the order for 12 candles, 5 new scents, and 7 returning scents. Kringle released a total of 18 Halloween candles in this first launch. So without further ado, let's get into this haul. First up, we have Sleepy Hollow. I absolutely love this label. I watch Sleepy Hollow featuring Johnny Depp as the main character every year, so I had to get this candle. The scent notes for Sleepy Hollow are pumpkin spice, incense, cedarwood, clove, caramel, and citrus. And on cold, this is a nice fall pumpkin spice scent, but the caramel note adds sweetness to the fragrance and keeps it from being overly spicy with the pumpkin spice. And if you usually don't care for cloyingly sweet, overpowering caramel scents, the caramel note in this candle just lends a nice touch of sweetness. So if you like typical pumpkin spice fragrances, then Sleepy Hollow is a nice scent. Next up, we have Witch's Cauldron. Witch's Cauldron has scent notes of cedar, clove, incense, and citrus. On cold, I mostly get a smoky, incensey fragrance followed by the cedarwood, so it's woodsy. The clove note isn't super dominating and it's a light touch of citrus undertone. It's also a little soft on cold. So I can't wait to see how this translates while it's burning, but on cold, I absolutely love the fragrance and I love the label. Next up is one of the newer fragrances that I decided to try out, Haunted Hollows. Haunted Hollows has scent notes of wood smoke, fir, herbal, apple, patchouli, and musk. On cold, you get a pleasant blend of the fir and the apple note. The apple note is present and it keeps the fir note from leaning too Christmas tree-like, but it still has that like outdoorsy tree fragrance. The wood smoke and herbal notes are also present, and I don't get too much patchouli and musk in this candle. But it does lend a nice like earthy woody feel to the overall scent. So cannot wait to light this one up, and since this is one of the newer fragrances, I will review it here on the channel. I was super excited to get my hands on Coven. Coven has scent notes of cinnamon leaf, lemon flower, lily of the valley, jasmine, patchouli, musk, sandalwood, vanilla, and guaiac wood. This is a pretty powdery, perfumey fragrance. If you do not like powdery scents, you will not enjoy this candle. But if you love powdery, floral, perfumey fragrances, then you will absolutely enjoy this candle. And on cold sniff, even though it is powdery, it's not light. It is not super soft on cold. This is a scent that I would definitely enjoy in my bedroom, so I cannot wait to light this one up. And I love how the label depicts 3 female witches in the woods, because this definitely smells like a feminine, perfumey fragrance. Then we have a label that creeped everybody out, Dreadful Dolly. Dreadful Dolly has scent notes of apple, amber, coffee, green, wood, and musk. And this is not a dreadful scent, you guys. It's actually nice. You get the apple, and the green note kind of gives it a freshness. So it comes off like a green apple fragrance more than a red apple fragrance to my nose. I feel like the amber note adds a nice touch of sweetness to the fragrance. I was actually a little nervous to purchase this candle because of the coffee note. I didn't know how coffee and apple would blend together. And I did have a scent from Kringle 2 years ago in the wax melts, and it was a fall fragrance and it had a coffee note in it, and it wasn't my favorite blend. Like, I didn't like the coffee note blended with the fall scent notes that were in that fragrance, but this one smells really good. So if you like apple fragrances for fall or Halloween, Dreadful Dolly smells amazing on cold. Another creepy label that I had to pick up, 7 Days. 7 Days has scent notes of dewy greens, herbaceous leaves, apple blossom, jasmine blooms, mint leaf, thyme, cedarwood, patchouli, geranium, and musk. And this is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. This is a fresh, green, herbal, earthy fragrance. All of the scent notes are well blended, and the mint leaf note isn't super dominant on cold. You do get a floral presence in the background of the fragrance. It doesn't overtake the herbal, fresh, and green notes though. So if you like fresh, earthy, green, floral fragrances, then this is a nice one to try out. But keep in mind, this isn't a bright floral fragrance. It definitely is perfect for the fall time. Cemetery Lane was one of the candles that I almost put on the chopping block, only because I wasn't sure if I needed a ton of earthy, dirty fragrances. But I absolutely love this label. The scent notes for Cemetery Lane are dark mysterious musk, midnight iris, patchouli, dried oak, creeping moss, dusky cedar, and sweet earth. This smells like a dusty, musky basement in the best way. Like, it doesn't give me cemetery vibes, but it reminds me of those houses where I guess the groundskeeper stays that's in the cemetery. That is what I imagine this fragrance to smell like. And while this is woody, earthy, musky, and dark, the midnight iris adds a nice little touch of prettiness to the fragrance. So maybe that's why I feel like it smells like a musky, dusty basement in the best way. I like that they added the midnight iris, the floral note, to the other scent notes in this candle. Another fragrance that almost made the chopping block, Witching Hour. Now, as much as I love the label, this was compared to being the cousin or little sister of Witch's Cauldron. So I wasn't sure if I needed two similar fragrances. Witching Hour has dried berries, earthy spices, jasmine petals, blue cypress, violet leaf, smoky, moss, sandalwood, and tonka bean. Now, I will say, while they are similar to each other, they also have their differences. To my nose on cold, Witching Hour is more smoky than Witch's Cauldron. And Witching Hour has that present berry note in there, whereas Witch's Cauldron has more of a citrus undertone to its smoky fragrance. Overall, on cold, I like this fragrance. I think it's pretty and unique, and I'm glad I did not pass up on it because this label is absolutely beautiful. Another returning fragrance that I had to pick up, Sinister. Sinister has scent notes of ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom, moscato wine, dark plum, cranberries, amber, vanilla, coconut, and musk. On cold, I mostly get the mid notes of the dark plum and the cranberries. So some of those other scent notes may come through while the candle is burning. So I am happy to report there is absolutely nothing sinister about this fragrance. I don't know if my camera is picking up the shadowy figure's eyes, how they glow red, but if you like fruity fragrances, Sinister smells amazing on cold. Y'all already know the ice cream truck just loves to come around when I'm filming, so I do apologize if you hear it in the background. Next up is 6 Feet Under, one of the newer fragrances that I absolutely had to have. Little unknown fact about me, I love the smell of fresh dirt. I love the smell of fresh cut like wood. I love the smell of gasoline and Sharpie markers. So when I saw this candle with the scent notes, I had to pick it up. 6 Feet Under has scent notes of earthy, green, dirt, wood, patchouli, and musk. I don't know how Kringle did this, but this is like a bag of fresh potting soil in a candle. This is a fresh, earthy, dirty scent. It legit smells like dirt. So one thing I will say about these fragrances, the scent notes are definitely giving what they are supposed to give. And I absolutely love how this label looks, and it says, "Damn, it's dark down here." Another one of the newer releases I decided to pick up was Thirst. Thirst has scent notes of wood, cognac, patchouli, pepper, amber, and tonka. Listen, if you love grown up, masculine, boozy, woody, peppery, patchouli, amber fragrances, this is definitely going in my bedroom. This will be a bedroom scent. This is grown, sophisticated, conceptual, masculine. So if those scent notes sound up your alley, or that fragrance profile sounds up your alley, check out Thirst. And last but not least, we have Skull and Sonet, one of the newer releases that I had to get my hands on due to the scent notes, and I like the label. Skull and Sonet has scent notes of bourbon, tobacco, sandalwood, suede, amber, and oak. One thing about me, I love a good bourbon tobacco scent. This is a grown, sophisticated, conceptual, masculine fragrance. That suede note gives it a nice, smooth leatheriness. The tobacco is also a dominant note, and I feel like instead of leaning boozy, the bourbon smells more like the aged oak barrels that the bourbon is stored in versus smelling like a boozy, alcoholic bourbon note. And the sandalwood also pairs nicely with that suede, giving it a nice smoothness to the overall fragrance. Skull and Sonet will be another one that I will be lighting up in my bedroom to enjoy because it has a nice, smooth, sexy, masculine vibe to the fragrance. That's it, you guys. That's all I have for this Kringle Halloween 2024 launch. Kringle is doing a second launch. Lord help my pockets. That one, if I do decide to partake in that launch, it will not be as big of a haul as this one. The fragrance notes are totally different from a lot of these fragrances that I hold, and they are fragrances and scent notes that are up my alley, and they don't lean too dark Halloween-y, but the labels are nice. If I do decide to purchase, I will more than likely purchase from the Artistry collection versus the Spellbound collection. That one is a little bit too much with the chants on the back and the crystals and all that. So I'm gonna stay away from that collection. But the Artistry collection looks really nice. The jars are an ombre matte finish, and the Artistry pictures on the labels are nice. A majority of what's in that collection seems like fragrances that I would like. So I may, if I can, pick up a few of those and then bring you guys the haul once the candles arrive. I know that on my channel, most of my viewers are diehard BBW fans. So I am not going to bore you guys with 12 Halloween candle reviews. I am only going to review the 5 new fragrances from this year. If you happen to like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you happen to purchase any of these candles, leave a comment down below letting me know how you're liking them. Until next time, bye.